We just had a meeting with the head of PTSD research at the National Institute of Mental Health, and we were saying, you know, would you fund some of the phase 3 PTSD research? And he said no, and he said the reason is because they're looking at mechanism of action research, and the FDA, in order to make a drug into a medicine, you look at safety and efficacy, but you don't have to know anything about how it works. So from a strategic point of view, with limited resources, we're just focusing on what do we need to do to address the FDA, but that's made us ineligible for money from NIMH. The thing that's even more disturbing is that last year, as far as we can tell, in June of last year, there was 868,000 veterans receiving disability payments for PTSD, roughly, I estimate, around $17 billion a year. And these are mostly young veterans, and this is going to be going on for decades. And yet the VA has not been willing to spend a penny on giving us any funds for research. We've recently found out that there's a secret army, a military study into MDMA for PTSD. And what we have found out is that they're trying to keep it secret from the soldiers. Because what they were saying is that if the soldiers who are suffering, many of them from trauma, knew that the Army was actually funding research, the Army is fearful that soldiers would take it into their own hands to self-medicate with MDMA. And so we sort of found out about this in a slip from some Army researchers contacting us for information, and then when we asked further questions, they wouldn't tell us anymore. So, but they're not giving us any money to do the research. So I think it is true, though, that the kind of mechanism of action research that NIH wants to fund is fundamentally different than the drug development research, and that's why those funds are not available to us.
Just that, yeah,